Hey, what's up? I'm Pastor Evangelist Drew Kelly of One Church Worldwide Ministries. Make sure a brother button up. Church folks see a little skin. They just have a conniption. But that's not what I want to talk to you about right now. What I want to talk to you about right now is I know many of you have been seeing the buzz all around Facebook and some of the other sites on the internet. Project 5 Million Voter ID 2012 educational campaign. Give yourselves a hand. Glory. Yeah, look, we've been going around to colleges, high schools, and churches, educating the American public on the new voter ID laws. I'm going to get into it a little more in a bit here. As you all know, there's been some changes in the law since we got some new governors in a couple of states around the country in the past couple of years. Here in Florida, they've set in motion such changes as removing citizens from the voter logs. I was reading in Ohio just this past recent election that there was a World War II veteran who identification had expired because he doesn't drive, and his his military ID expired as well. Well, this brother lost his birth certificate, and so he has to petition the court, which I'm not sure what it costs in Ohio, but those things cost around $200 by the time you get done. He has to petition the court to receive his birth certificate in order to start the process, and the court has to say who he is. and they'll give him the okay, and then he has to go back and get the identification, and then go get a ID in order to vote. And so there's a lot of tricks that are going to take place in November 2012 trying to discourage the people from voting. Immediately upon hearing this stuff, I got mad. I ain't gonna even tell a fib about it. I got mad when I heard about this stuff, because we should be trying to expand people voting and taking a part of the process, and to know that there's a group of people who want to suppress instead of expand. It touched something in me, and it made me angry. And I'm a firm believer that there's power in the vote. I know there's a lot of people that believe they're going to do what they want to do anyhow. Man, I ain't voting. Well, think about it like this. If they were going to do what they were going to do anyhow, they wouldn't have to change the laws, right? They had to change the laws because they knew that there's a great chance that they will not be able to win in certain districts in certain states. See, once upon a time, you had red states, blue states. You had predominantly Caucasians in one part of the country and others. But now, since minorities are diving into education and taking on some very fine careers, what's happening is they're also moving into some neighborhoods that used to be red line. You couldn't move there, but now people are moving into these neighborhoods and districts. And so now what used to be a stronghold for one political party, now they got to work. And now they've got to appeal to people from different walks of life. And because one political party has decided that they don't want to appeal to everybody, they only want to appeal to one sector of society. And so since they can't win with that sector of society, what they've decided to do is to complicate things for those who would stop them from having that stronghold. But that's where you come in. Tomorrow, Thursday, May 31st, is National Project 5 Million Voter ID Day. And what we're asking you to do and how you can take part in this historic movement is the art that you see on my page, and all of those folks that are involved. Or if you don't know how to get to me, Drew Kelly, then you can always go to Project 5 Million Voter IDs on Facebook. Go there. The art is there about it. There's a banner that talks about May 31st, National Voter ID Day. What you do is you download that banner, and then you upload that banner onto your page. Make that your cover. What that does is that tells people that I am proudly a part of this march. Enough is enough. I'm doing what I can do. And guess what? The thing about this march, you had to go to New York for Occupy Wall Street. You had to go to D.C. for Tea Party. Well, you don't have to do that in this march. This virtual march is right from your cell phone, your iPad, your computer, your laptop. All you got to do is place that banner on your cover, and that lets everybody know that you are a part of this march. It's important because we've got politicians, we've got news organizations, and we have some educational institution leaders that are going to be observing this march. And so it's important that each and every one of you take part in this thing. There's power in the vote. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. There's power in the vote. You know the most beautiful thing about voting is, it doesn't matter if my neighbor is a billionaire and I live in poverty. Guess what? Voting puts us on the same path. Why is that? Because no matter how many billions he had and how many billions I would like to have, we both only get one vote. So there's power in voting. What has happened is, as I was stating before, the minority blocks have changed. Minorities are making up a great deal of the American electorate, and so there's some people that don't want to see this happens. I'm a firm believer that people do to you what you allow them to do. I know many people of color have just, say, hey, every time we get there, they want to move the goalpost to finish line. But there are many out there who are doing a fantastic job. New York School of Law, the Brennan Center, they are doing a great job in making sure that the American public is up on what's happening, the changes and all of that, which is where most of our information is coming from. Also, the National State Legislator Conference, they too are minute by minute on this information as to what you need to know. And so what's going to happen on tomorrow, you're going to put that up there. You're going to go into our group page tomorrow, anytime during the day, once you get off from work, at work, when you have some spare time. You're going to go to Project 5 Million Voter ID on Facebook, and there's going to be live chat representatives there answering any question that anybody has about their state. You're going to get your question answered. Videos are going to be there. A link to a website that has all of this information if you just want to do it on your own time. You want to educate yourself. We're going to provide a website that you can go to, and if you have any questions after you visit the website, you can come back in the group and interact with the live operators, and they'll be glad to help you. I am so excited about this. I am so excited. I've always wanted to get involved in making a difference in the community. I've never had an interest in being a politician, never had an interest in working for a politician, but I believe that we have an obligation and a responsibility to the community, and that means that we must work with our politicians. We must challenge them, and we must give them the support that they need to make sure that our interest is placed on the table. One of the other things I wanted to say before we end, every call for duty and every appeal to people always have to have some defining quote that is remembered. And you probably won't remember all of this, but I am a big JFK fan. Like Chris Matthews from MSNBC, I'm a big Kennedy fan. And Kennedy wrote, he said, each time a man stands up for an ideal or act to improve the lots of others or strike out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. I believe that. And then, I can't end without Dr. King. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you're not a part of the problem, a part of the solution, then you are definitely a part of the problem. Paraphrasing there. But tomorrow, May 31st, Thursday, May 31st, all day long from 12 midnight until 11:59 Thursday night, Project 5 Million Voter IDs, live interactive. We're going to have fun. We're going to let people know what they need to know about this voting thing. Amen. Glory. Project 5 Million Voter IDs, sponsored by One Church Worldwide Ministries. Thank you. See you tomorrow.